Of course, we have several different agencies that come together to help combat these large fires. In fact, right now we're joined by Mike Ottenweller. He's an incident meteorologist. Also, Jonathan Pangburn. He's a fire behavior analyst. And I just want to start by asking, can you speak a little bit about how your two jobs are intertwined?
As an incident meteorologist, I'm responsible for providing the meteorology, the weather aspect to the fire, but weather is one of three critical components that combines to make wildfire, and that's where our jobs tie in together, because Jonathan, as a fire behavior analyst, takes basically the rest of the components and extrapolates them so that it is common language for the firefighters.
Yeah, absolutely. It's critical that we have up-to-date weather information to go along with the fuel and the topography. So I get to analyze the vegetation and the material that will be burning as the fire progresses and the terrain that it's going to go through. And our incident meteorologists discuss with us, and I'm very thankful to have Mike here with me to be able to discuss how the wind will be channeling through different parts of the topography and different other weather concerns such as smoke intrusion, lifting, stability, et cetera, so that we can help forecast where the fire is going to be so that we can help paint the picture for our folks on the ground to be operationally safe and successful.
Certainly important there. Could you take us through an average day on the ground responding to a major fire like the Butte Lightning Complex fire?
Well, you know, it starts off with coming in quite early before any operational briefings so that we can get the latest data. Mike usually checks out the weather forecast and updates from satellite imagery, radar, et cetera, while I'm looking at updates from our infrared sensors that have mapped out where the fire has gone. And then after that, we go out to the field, we go out to the incident, and we collect our own data, our own observations, sometimes even getting to use the radio sonde as well.
Jonathan mentioned the radio sonde, and that's one of our instruments, tools that we have in our toolkit that we generally will dispatch with, and that allows us to send up a weather balloon on site where the fire actually is, and we can sample the atmosphere all the way up to 30 to 60,000 feet with that radio sonde, which then gives us more information and also can go into the weather models to improve their performance and accuracy as we go into the coming days.
So 2020 has been an incredibly active year. Could you give us some perspective on the scope of the firefighting operations, both in the United States but also California?
Well, it's been quite busy throughout the western United States. The Rockies and Colorado in particular have been quite active. Arizona's had quite a few major wildfires, and California certainly is in the midst of a very active season. We had already been responding to quite a few incidents until August 15th when we had the lightning come through, at which time we had over 14,000 lightning strikes. Those lightning strikes have caused greater than 900 fires and have burned over 1.5 million acres. Two of them down closer to the San Francisco Bay Area are the second and third largest fires in the history of firefighting records in the state of California. So it has been quite an extensive battle.
What can people do during wildfire season to help aid in the firefighting efforts?
Preparedness. You want to make sure that you are hardening your structures to help engineer and use the proper construction materials to avoid fire in the first place. And you also want to maintain defensible space around your structure. Other components that can be added in or should be added in, having an emergency go bag so that you're ready for any kind of an event, whether it's a wildfire, earthquake, flood, hurricane, et cetera, anywhere, wherever you live, you want to make sure that you're ready for that. And make sure that you have an exit drill for yourself, your family, in your home or your office, and you practice that. And we have a wide variety of information about preparedness at readyforwildfire.org.
Thank you for everything you do, not just for the people of California, but all across the United States.